Greetings, students, and welcome back to Wednesday's edition of This in Learning with Mr. Wong. Today is May 13th, and we'll be reviewing the homework questions from Monday's lesson, reviewing the contents on integer operations. That is, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing with integers, which are negative and positive whole numbers. Let's take a look and review the homework questions. Again, full work must be shown, and adding the opposite must be done for all subtraction portions to receive full credit. We'll do each question one at a time, showing all the steps. Remember to follow the order of operations. Step 1 is to always perform operations in parentheses. In this case, only question 2 has a quantity group in parentheses here. All the other parentheses highlighted in gray are just there to indicate a negative integer and not a subtraction operator. Next is to evaluate exponents, followed by multiplying or dividing from left to right, and finally adding a subtraction from left to right. Let's go over question 1. The first question from the homework reads, negative 6 times negative 15 plus negative 10 divided by negative 2. We can see that there is multiplying, adding, and division. Following this list of order of operations, we'll perform multiplying, then dividing, and finally adding. Let's go through the steps. Our first order of business is to multiply negative 6 times negative 15. Remember the rules for multiplying and dividing with integers. Multiply and divide like normal. 6 times 15 is 90. And now we're going to count the number of negative integers. There are 2 in this case, and that is an even amount, which means it will result in a positive answer. Positive 90 the result. We then continue to show the work of the portion of the expression that we did not work out. Next is to work out division, and we'll be dividing the negative 10 and the negative 2. Again, following the rules for multiplying and dividing with integers, multiply or divide like normal. In this case, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now we count the amount of negative integers in this problem, and there are 2. Again, an even amount, resulting in a positive answer. The answer is going to be positive 5 between these two. And finally, addition. 90 plus 5 is 95. No negatives to worry in that situation. Did you get the same answer in your homework? Let's proceed to the second question of the homework. Question 2 reads, negative 16 plus the quantity of 5 to the power of 2 minus negative 7, then divided by negative 3. In this expression, we have a quantity that are in parentheses, and inside that we have an exponent and subtraction, followed by addition and dividing on the outside. So we have 4 steps to process here. Before we perform any math, it is important to note that we must change subtraction to add the opposite to make it more simplistic, allowing us to follow the additional rules for adding integers. In this case, we have a minus negative 7. This will change it to a plus, and the opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. We then rewrite the rest of the expression before we begin work. Our first step is to work in parentheses. And inside these parentheses, we have exponents and addition. Exponent comes first. Now 5 to the power of 2 is not 5 times 2 to get 10. It's 5 times 5, which gives us 25. Again, we rewrite the rest of the expression not being used. Next in parentheses is addition. So we add 25 plus 7 and get 32. Our next step is to divide or add. And if we look at the order of operations, we must divide first. Now we divide like normal. 32 divided by negative 3. And then we just count the negative integers after. Dividing like normal, we would get 10.6 repeating. Let's use 10.6. And since there's one negative, the result will be a negative 10.6. So we write negative 10.6 and the remaining portion of the expression, the negative 16 and plus. At this point, all we have is just addition of 2 negative integers. Since the signs are the same, we just combine these and keep the same sign. 16 plus 10.6 is going to be 26.6, resulting in a larger negative. This will be the final result. Did you get this correct on your homework? Great! We just reviewed the homework questions following the order of operations. Now it's time for you to try and apply these notes onto the quiz questions. Let's have a look. You must show all adding the opposite for full credit. Solve by using the order of operations. Again, if the question has subtraction, change that part of the problem to add the opposite. And remember to show all work. The first question reads, negative 2 to the power of 6 minus negative 4 to the power of 3. Question 2 reads, negative 3 to the power of 3 minus negative 2 plus negative 4 to the power of 2 divided by negative 2 times 5 plus 65. You may use any of the resources provided available to you from previous PowerPoint lessons on YouTube, including all the rules for adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. I'd be paying close attention to the multiplying, dividing PowerPoint lesson regarding how exponents work with and without parentheses. Submit your quiz questions and answers to me by email no later than Friday, May 15th by 11:59 p.m. in the evening. Until next time.